The State of California's Wireless Technology Overview Service, ensuring wireless 911 calls are rapidly connected to the right call center. Thankfully, most of us don't have to call 911 on a regular basis, but it's good to know that help is available should you ever need to. Or is it? In California alone, 911 calls are made around 70,000 times every day. That's almost 3,000 calls per hour, or 45 calls every minute. Sure, a small percentage of those are crank calls about missing fast food and other frivolous things. But most of them are made because the caller genuinely needs help. Of those 70,000 emergency calls, about 80% are made from a wireless device, and that's where the problems start. In the last decade, there's been a fundamental shift in the way people contact 911 when they have to, from predominantly landline-based to almost exclusively wireless. California's emergency response professionals do their jobs as well as they can, but the infrastructure they're using has some significant flaws and isn't always accurate. And if the information isn't accurate, they can't respond as fast as they need to. Sadly, this can lead to fires, injuries, and other time-sensitive emergencies going unattended for much, much too long. See, when a 911 call is made from a landline, the caller and their address are routed immediately to the closest 911 center. The 911 call center has their exact location and can respond rapidly. No muss, no fuss, just trained professionals showing up to deal with the emergency. With a wireless call, though, things get a little more complicated, and as a result, unnecessary delays occur all too often. Let's look at the way a wireless 911 call works. When a call to 911 is made from a wireless device, the caller's cell signal reaches their wireless service provider's antenna and is then connected to the landline network. From there, the call is routed to a 911 call center. But since a wireless call can come from just about anywhere, what determines which 911 center answers the call? By mapping the location, taking into account various jurisdictions, creating agreements between different 911 call centers, and noting specific wireless coverage areas, the current system makes a valiant but ultimately flawed attempt to route wireless 911 calls to their proper centers. Here's how it's supposed to work. An emergency call is made from a wireless device. The signal hits an antenna and is routed to that area's local 911 call center. Sounds simple enough, right? Unfortunately, and far too often, that's not what happens at all. See, each wireless antenna has been programmed with a unique code meant to connect emergency calls to the correct call center. Among other problems with the system, a significant number of these codes are not analyzed to determine the appropriate call center, and emergency calls get routed to the wrong 911 call center, resulting in delays with potentially disastrous consequences. It's a common misconception that because of the pinpoint nature of modern wireless GPS technology, 911 call centers should be able to hone in on a caller's location as easily as finding your favorite coffee house. The wireless 911 system is so complex, however, that serious errors can and do exist. Calls can be routed to the wrong call center. Wireless antennas can be pointed the wrong way. The caller's location is supplied incorrectly. Just a few examples of technical problems that currently exist in the system. The good news is there are steps being taken to correct these serious flaws. The state's Wireless Technical Overview Service, or WTOS, is an independent verification and validation system designed to monitor and improve the quality of wireless 911 call delivery. WTOS audits the way wireless 911 calls are delivered and identifies improvements and corrections that can then be implemented. Starting in July 2013, the state of California began implementing WTOS in order to improve the 911 system's efficiency. The ultimate goal is to ensure wireless 911 calls are answered as quickly as possible by the correct 911 call center. The challenge is that without ramping up efforts, the Wireless Technical Overview Service won't be able to make enough significant improvements to the existing system in time to avoid preventable deaths, injuries, and property losses. Public Safety Network provides an award-winning system of proven, reliable wireless call optimization technology. We're already working with wireless service providers, telecommunications companies, and state and local authorities to fix the same problems we've been talking about. In fact, we could be doing a lot more to improve negative outcomes caused by delayed emergency services. The Wireless Technical Overview Service needs to be expanded to maximize its impact and keep the residents of California safe. Improvements to the 911 wireless system need to be prioritized and funding provided in order to keep the focus where it should be, ensuring the quickest possible response to citizens' emergencies, no matter where they are. And that's why we need your help to get the government's attention about this very serious issue. Visit publicsafetynetwork.com to learn more about what you can do to help.